Well, I just had a most interesting meeting with John Ashcroft, the former Attorney General of the United States under George W. Bush and a former governor of Missouri. This is the man that in the aftermath of the terrible attacks on New York by the bombers went ahead and put in hand coordinated security arrangements throughout the United States. He has a very proud record of achievement in that sense. And talking to him today about all the issues of exchange of information, need for protection of our citizens, all those issues I've been dealing with this week has been really important. And our contacts and relationships with the United States remain as important as ever.
Herr Kirkhope.
President, Mr. Orban, we have discussed individual countries before in this context, in this Parliament, but it was condemned then as it should be condemned now. If one takes a look at our programme, where we seem to be spending more and more of our time looking at individual member states and so-called or alleged deficiencies in their internal arrangements, we're doing a couple of things wrong. One is we are failing to understand democracy at the level of the nation state. We're failing to understand the wishes of the citizens in Europe, in our nation states, who can determine their governments, thank goodness, and their parliaments, something that they could not do in many countries only a few years ago. We're also, of course, moving further away from the level of cooperation in European terms between member states for our future and for the future of our children. I condemn it absolutely. This is a matter for the Commission. It has always been a matter for the Commission. I want the Commission to look into these matters as they do with other member states and alleged deficiencies. I don't know internally in Hungary the position politically, but I do understand this. I welcome the fact that their leader has come here to listen to this debate, to put his point of view to us. But please, President, in the future agenda of this House, can we concentrate on the things that really are important to all of us in Europe and allow democracy to operate within our member states without the interference, at least of this institution that ought to know better? Thank you, President, Commissioner. I'd like to thank our rapporteur, Mrs. Hohlmeier, for her hard work and good cooperation, as well as her patience in what I felt at times were actions to the adoption of this report in order to make political points on the unrelated issue of Schengen. Cooperation in fighting cybercrime is one of the genuine and vital areas where Europe strongly benefits by us working more closely together. Fighting cybercrime on an EU level effectively relies on making sure that criminals are not gifted with the opportunity to set up shop in any member state which may have insufficient protection against cyber attacks. Obviously, Europe's defence against cybercrime is only as strong as its weakest link, and frankly, there are too many weak links. Our work here in the Parliament, and with Europol in particular, shows that we are finally trying to lead on this issue. Mrs. Hohlmeier's report is a clear step in the right direction against an always faceless and usually formidable enemy.